Hey everybody, and welcome back to Techstrong Unplugged. This is episode 18 of our series, and I'm your host, Natan Solomon. On Techstrong Unplugged, we dive into all things tech and get people up to speed with everything happening across the industry. Recently, our co-host Cassandra Chin went to the Great International Developer Summit, also known as GIDS 2024. At GIDS, Cassandra sat down with Sreedhar Gade, and he delves into the potential for AI to surpass human intelligence. He also highlights the transformative impact of AI on various industries, as well as the need for continuous learning. Without further ado, let's head over to GIDS 2024.
Welcome back to Techstrong Unplugged. I'm your host, Cassandra Chin, and today we have Sri.
Thanks for having me.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, this is Sreedhar Gade, and I've been in the technology industry for about 20 years now. And I come from a small town in a remote part of Telangana state in India. And right now I'm working in Hyderabad city.
So how did you get interested to start doing tech?
By education, I'm an electronics guy. I always loved electronics, playing with the hardware, communication satellites, and everything else. But then when I first joined my first company, which is HCL, this company was all about building computers and they are system integrators. So that's when I felt, though you're an electronics person, this could be one of the best implementations of electronics. And so I was kind of pulled into it. And then after that, there's no going back. It's been 2 decades and I'm having fun.
I think that's really great that you're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, I really love it. Even after 20 years, it still feels like this is the first day in my career.
I think that's good. Like, every day is interesting for you?
Every day is interesting for me. And especially with this AI and all these new technologies that are coming in, it's all about how do we keep technology ahead of business. I think that has been my personal quest. And then that is the direction I've been leading my career so far.
So have you always felt like you're learning every day? Or has the surge of AI make you feel that especially?
I personally love to learn and be a lifelong student. But then AI kind of in a good combination of my passion and goals. You can work long hours just because you have to do it. But if it is part of your passion, then you'll never feel like it's a work. So with AI, it's that for me. And that's why it's kind of accelerating my learning potential as well.
So what do you find about AI which makes you so passionate about it?
The sheer possibilities of what we can do with the AI is just so out of the world and mind-blowing. That's what keeps me actually going and passionate about it. Just to give you an example, I have a keynote that is coming up tomorrow. I'll be talking to the folks about exactly the same topic. Is the human evolution has been around for about 85 million years, and the Homo sapiens have been around maybe 35,000 years. Ever since the Homo sapiens came into existence, this is probably the first technology that came into being which will challenge humans' intelligence. Till now, we have no challenge. We are the masters on this planet. But with the AI, over the next few years, it will start developing something called AGI. And it starts creating that kind of distinction. So that's what keeps me excited.
But do you think AI can really be smarter than us? Or is it just reiterating the information we already give it?
I think we are building it to become smarter than us, way smarter than us.
How do you define intelligence?
Well, it could be different for different categories. For example, intelligence. I think one good example to go with is the Nobel Prizes, right? So Nobel Prize is to reward someone who reached probably the highest level you could ever reach in a humanity in particular subject, like physics, right? So to me, that person is intelligent because that invention that person did to get the Nobel Prize, no one else could do. So, but then that person probably did it in physics, but probably not in something else, maybe martial arts or life sciences, right? AI is going to be that Nobel Prize level proficiency in every single field that can ever be there. And that's what will make it smarter.
But if we take ChatGPT as an example, it gathers intelligence from the internet.
Yeah.
And the internet's a collection of everyone's intelligence.
Yeah.
So it'll have a different range of intellectualness.
Yeah.
So to train a super smart AI, does that mean we have to only train from the Nobel Prize winners?
So I think this is a great question, by the way, right? So when we look at today's LLMs, we call large language model like ChatGPT, it is trained on the human knowledge, what is available on internet. But And then it's all garbage in, garbage out. If you train with the great information and then they are smarter, so like Nobel Prize winners and everyone else. But what it is also doing with the information that it has, it can improve itself, which was not the case before. In the past, any ML model, which is machine learning model, can do only thing that you train it on. It can't do anything more than this. But these are neural networks. It kind of mimics a human brain, which means you just train them on what is there today, but it can invent something tomorrow. So which means even the founders, the inventors of AI, do not know all the capabilities.
So you think AI is inventive?
It is inventive, self-learning.
But what if AI is like inventive, but it starts going down the wrong direction?
That can happen. And that's one of the reasons why all the large companies like Meta, Microsoft, Google, they're trying to form a consortium with the US government and all the large governments to prevent this, to put some guardrails, which is very important because it could be a double-edged sword and that can actually kind of impact our humanity, just like in Hollywood movies.
So before you were saying that you think AI can become smarter than humans, but we still need humans to produce the guardrails for AI.
That is correct. And then we don't have too much time because if it becomes smarter before we implement guardrails, then it might be too late. So that's why OpenAI, the ChatGPT inventor, the maker, they are working on something called a super alignment. They are working next 4 years. They will be building this super alignment, which is actually guardrails. And we are all praying that actually it will really work. And if it does, then we'll continue to enjoy the benefits of AI even after that.
I hope that kind of fixes things around AI.
We all hope for the same, yes.
Is there anything else you're really passionate about, which you want to talk about?
So apart from AI, because I can talk, on and on and on. But the other person I'm very passionate about is people. So I come from a very remote village, a small company, a small role. But today I'm here where I am. A lot of gratitude for the number of people that have helped me to actually get here. My mentors, my colleagues, teams that have worked with me. So one of the things that I always believe is the biggest asset that any company can have is its people. So take care of your people if they actually work for you or your family, and keep the relationships intact. And that's the lasting relationships is what is going to matter for you. And also career guidance is another passion. So I published a book called Turbocharge Your Career. It's on Amazon. And so this book is about, again, career guidance and building. So these are the two things outside AI that I really love and passionate about.
Can you talk a little bit more about career guidance and how that can help someone?
Absolutely. So taking from my own experience, when I come from my hometown, I was not aware of all the possibilities that are available on the industry, and that could be missed opportunities. So one of the things that I'm passionate about in my book, and I do a lot of articles on LinkedIn. I have a YouTube channel and also I do Instagram. So the purpose of all these social channels is to educate our youth or folks who are in a career crossroads, to show them what are the possibilities. Hey, if you are a structural engineer, if you are a civil engineer, here are the 10 different things that you could do at the highest level. Okay? And that will open up their mind to actually aim really big in their lives. And that's exactly my quest is, and I'll continue to do that.
I really like your passion to like showing youths all the different options out there.
Thank you.
Do you think that has helped youths a lot?
It did big time, and this is my way of giving back. And the way I approach my life is all about, hey, if I'm going to AI, what is the maximum that is possible in next 10 years, 20 years? Always think big and then deduce from there. And I think some of these resources that I'm putting out and a lot of other gurus, the leadership gurus that are there, their job is also to help this humanity. Otherwise, it's so easy for you to get busy with the social media, Instagrams and everything else, and then not do anything for a large part of your life. And my personal goal is to make them more effective in their lives.
So how do you do that, make it more effective?
So I think one is inspire them, giving them certain examples in their own way. If they're athlete, if they're, like I said, like an electronics engineer, it could be a doctor or a movie actor. Show them some kind of an example so that they can actually inspire and think big. I think the entire thing is all about think big, right? So if you're a software engineer, can I one day become a CEO? Because everyone has just one life and you probably work for like maybe 20, 25 years. So if you start thinking about it right now and tune your mind and your skills and your training, relationships accordingly, then one day you'll achieve it.
I think it's not just about becoming a CEO. Like you said, you wrote a book, and there's so many things you can do out there.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a wrong example, I know. But there are so many other things that could make you proud of yourself, as you actually move along your life.
It's difficult to work up that courage inside to just go do it. Do you think talking to people around can help with that?
It does. I think inspiration is like the good example is like taking bath. You got to do it every day. So you need to find certain mentors and gurus who could actually, or someone who is already there where you want to be, right? Like you said, like I want to publish a book, then I can have a mentor who's already published multiple books and best-selling author, and then I can actually get all those inputs from that person and then be able to actually grow. So I think that the continuous touch with someone who is already achieving large things in life will help you grow very fast. And the opposite is true too. If you're also in touch with someone who is not doing anything in life, then you end up actually not doing anything as well.
So do you think, like, you said to connect with like someone who writes a book, if you want to write a book?
Yeah.
Do you think it would be better to connect to lots of different people who write books so you can get different perspectives?
Yeah. No, absolutely. So maybe like in a few people who are already published, successful published authors, right? The success that you would like to have in 5 years from now, but they already have it today. That's one. And the second thing is you can actually talk to your audience who will read your books. I want to write a book on human psychology. Then I would like to talk to a lot of people and say, hey, what are the different things in life going on? Would you think such a book would help you?
I think that's really helpful advice, like to actually connect with the audience.
Yes.
Sometimes we're a little blindsided and we just talk to ourselves or our little group.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. They'll give you a lot of inputs. You might probably tune a little bit in terms of what you want to do it. Yeah.
So how do you actually connect with your audience?
Yeah.
Like online or in person?
I do both. Online is like through my LinkedIn articles and everything, I kind of interact with people. So people do put in some comments, then, try to interact with them, and then also seek more feedback and inputs in terms of what else you want to do it. And then on the weekends, I go to these colleges and interact with the students and engineering colleges and all these colleges and interact with the students. And those are the people who give you a lot more ideas because they are the Gen Z, latest kids. And then start asking them, hey, what are the top 2 or 3 things that are bothering you? What if you had in your life, you would really be successful? Things like open-ended questions. More you meet people, I think better it is for us to get more content.
I agree. That's definitely one of the best ways to connect with the audience, especially a younger audience like college students.
Yeah.
Because actually they're looking for people to reach out to and they're a little unsure about what they want to do with their life.
Yes.
So you can be an inspiration while you ask your questions.
Absolutely. And another thing I also like with the youth and students is they don't sugarcoat anything. They are very open and honest about everything. And because once you get to corporate world, then you start sugarcoating stuff. So that's another thing that I like about students. So I love to associate myself with younger generations to learn more.
I think that's some really good advice. Like students, they don't feel like they have nothing to lose by giving their opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually a really important value, which people in the corporate world should keep.
Absolutely.
Because, like, what's the worst that can happen if you can give your opinion? And you need to, like, stay true to yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I learned a lot with the students as well. And this generation students, a lot more outgoing, a lot more honest about their lives. A little bit lack of focus and hope as well. But I think that comes with the generation. But I agree with you that they are very honest.
So I think we've talked about a lot of great points today. So thank you, Sreed.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.